Let's start off by looking at what this module is about, AUE2602. What are we actually trying to cover here? The more you get a structure or a feel of what you're actually supposed to be doing in this module, the easier it's going to be. In 2601, we started looking at what an audit is. So we spoke about the structure of the profession, we spoke about what you need to know, we spoke about a little bit of company law in terms of the directors, in terms of the auditors and what your responsibilities are. We took a look at the audit process very briefly and kind of said, as an auditor, this is what you're going to do. 2602 focuses very much on the company that you're going to be auditing. Because you're going to be auditing this company, it's a very good idea for you to understand the legal requirements that that company must follow, as well as how they're going to prepare their financial information. You can only audit something, or you can only check something if you know what that is. So I cannot teach you how to audit someone or how to audit a company if you don't know how that company is actually run, if that makes any sense. So when we look at 2602, we are focusing at your client. We're focusing on your client. This is what your client should be doing. When we get into third year auditing, we're going to take a much closer look at, if we now know what your client should be doing, how do we audit that? How are we actually going to audit that? So that's what your third year is going to be focusing. So here we're going to be almost playing the role of the client and saying, this is what the client should do. This is what the client should do. We're going to start by looking at the management and sort of the high-level governance of the company, right? So we talk about when management is governing the company and the laws and stuff that they must follow. We talk about that as your governance, statutory and otherwise. Your high level at the company is your board of directors and the specific legal requirements that they need to follow. Your lower level is what we talk about, management, supervisors, etc. How best to control a business. So we're going to spend quite a lot of time on and discussing internal controls. And this is where students battle a little bit. So we're going to spend quite some time figuring out how to do that. How do you control your business? How do you control, mostly what we're focusing on is the financial information and the preparation of the financial information. How does a company actually prepare financials? From the beginning to the end, when a transaction takes place and a company makes a sale, how do they actually get that in their books so that they lands up on the financial statements at the end of the day? Our internal controls are going to focus on both manual as well as computerized controls. Students freak out a little bit when it comes to computerized controls. We need to calm you down. We need to make sure that you're comfortable with that stuff, because let's face it, computers aren't going anywhere. We cannot go back and say, I'm only going to study how a company would put information together based on a manual system of paperwork, because let's face it, nobody really uses manual systems anymore. To some extent or the other, your clients are going to use computer systems. Best you know how that actually works. So at the high end, what we're dealing with in 2602 is, what does your client look like? How do they prepare their information, and what legal requirements are they expected to follow?